every year there is one game community who was just insufferable when it comes to Game of the Year. And this year is Arc Raiders. My God. If you didn't know, these are the nominations for Game of the Year. We have Claire Obscura Expedition 33, which is my personal choice, but a lot of people might not like that. We have Death Stranding 2, which is another amazing game. Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is another amazing game. Hades 2, which is another amazing game. Hollow Knight Silksong, which is another amazing game. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which guess what? Is another amazing game that came out this year. And guess what? There were snubs, because this year was one of the best years in gaming. Split Fiction 2 did not get nominated. Silent Hill F, Dispatch did not get nominated because guess what? There's so many good games this year. You can pick and choose whichever one is your favorite and you will still be right. And that's the thing. You can pick and choose which one is your favorite. You do not have to go off of whatever the fuck everyone else is thinking. If your favorite is the worst game of the year, it does not matter. But there are people who care a little bit too much and they go attacking other people and go out and say that everything is rigged and disrespecting the gaming landscape itself. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. Here we have good old Shroud with some of the best gaming opinions of all time. He has been on the streak with some of the best gaming opinions of all time. Let me give you one of them.
From Kojima Productions.
Bias.
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Bias. Paid off. Nintendo.
Hades 2
that
from
makes sense.
Supergiant Games.
Hollow Knight. That makes
Knight
sense.
Silksong from Team Cherry. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 from Warhorse Studios.
The world's just not ready
there
for...
you have it, your nominees for
The world is just not ready for AI in video games. Not yet. They're just not ready. They're just not ready. But hey, at least they nominated it for something. I genuinely thought they wouldn't nominate it for anything because they were scared to get backlash. But at least they nominated it for something. So that's good.
So if you did not understand what he was saying, he's a big fan of Arc Raiders. If you didn't know, Arc Raiders, an amazing game, an extraction shooter. People really love it. It's probably the highest rated PvP game that came out this year. Still not rated higher than a lot of the other games, but still one of the highest rated games of the year. If it's not a game that he's interested in or he's heard about or he's played, it's rigged. It's rigged. Death Stranding 2, rigged. One of the highest review games of the year. Donkey Kong, rigged. One of the highest review games of the year. Hades, but he understands Hades 2 and Silksong because he's heard of them, right? And that's the thing. I think people like this live in their own bubble. They get so stuck in their own bubble, they don't see the whole landscape of gaming. Because guess what? Gaming is the most diverse it's ever been. There are so many good games in little niche communities that you will be surprised what gets nominated. Because guess what? Blue Prince is one of my favorite games of the year. And I know a lot of you have never even played it or heard of it. But it's one of the best review games of the year. But that goes on to say, there are so many good games that you have never heard of or will never play, but they are still well received. So when you live in this tiny bubble, or his bubble is pretty big because he's a big streamer. When you live in this bubble, you only get fed what gets shown to you constantly, and you're not going out of your way to see what people are actually talking about. And guess what? People were actually talking about Death Stranding 2. People were actually talking about Donkey Kong Bonanza. People were actually talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for how good it is as an RPG. Like, I don't understand how you can have these opinions and call everything rigged when you yourself understand the gaming industry a little bit because you helped make a video game. You try to make a live service game. It was a Counter-Strike clone, but you try to make a game and try to get your way into this industry. You should know how hard it is and how it should be celebrated more than just hated on. I don't understand, but people go out of their way to just be a negative fucking person and to be loud and wrong. Because guess what? Popular does not equal the best game of that year. I'm sorry. Arc Raiders might be the most popular game right now, but it is not the best game to a lot of people. To you, it could be perfectly fine. The best game you've ever played in your life, and I appreciate that. But that's not what everyone else is thinking, obviously. And also Shroud's whole argument about people are not just ready for AI in gaming. It's facts. We don't want it. we don't want it. But also, the fact that you think that's the reason why I didn't get it shows you don't care enough about the game industry enough or know enough about the Game Awards to know how these things work. You just mad because your favorite game didn't end up there. Nick Merckx was also surprised that it did not get a nomination for Game of the Year.
So, hold on. Arc Raiders didn't get picked for Game of Year?
And now it's the big one. GOTY, Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience to players across all creative and technical fields.
Okay, so what I'm confused about is what's the criteria here? Like, what more does it need to do? I'm just saying, bro. I mean, the viewership, just how it has everybody by the balls. sold so many copies, bro. 4 million copies. In 2 weeks? That's a lot, bro. Peaked at over 500K players on Steam. Now, is this because it's brand new? Like, in a year when they do this again, is Arc Raiders going to be up for nomination? You know what I mean? When does the year begin, I guess is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because all these new games always come out at the end of a year. So, that's an important thing to know. Oh, it got picked for other awards, though, chat. So, it got picked for other awards. Arc Raiders. See, that's weird. Why would it get picked for other awards but not Game of the Year? You know what I'm saying? This is kind of tough.
Yeah, but even
Elden Ring and Arc Raiders. I mean, Elden Ring might be, Elden Ring, bro.
Yeah, I would say it's between these two. See, so it got picked for this, so why can't it get picked for Game of the Year? I don't get it, really.
It's a lot of confusion in him. He seems very confused. I don't know if he's ever watched the Game Awards or not, or understand how this goes, but I don't even know where to start with this. A game can be nominated for any category. That does not make it one of the best games of the year. In fact, X-Men 33 has the most nominations of a game ever. Should that make it the clear winner of every category? No. It might lose some categories. Just because you're nominated for the best multiplayer game does not make you one of the best games of the year. Just because you're nominated for the best single player game does not make you one of the best games of the year. There's so many different categories. Maybe that's the case. Maybe there should be more categories for multiplayer games. There probably should be a different bracket, like there's how many brackets for single player games. Maybe there should be multiple brackets for multiplayer games. I'm with you. Let's separate it into like first person shooters, third person shooters, like extraction shooters, you know, all that type of stuff, right? So people can see all the multiplayer games get all the love they want, right? I think it's perfectly fine. And I believe multiplayer games are some of the most chaotic to balance, and one patch can ruin a whole game for the whole community. So that's kind of why I can see why multiplayer games don't get nominated as much as they possibly did. Because the one year that it did win was Overwatch, and Overwatch had the whole community in a chokehold more than Arc Raiders did. We like to rewrite history and not act like it didn't, but Overwatch is one of those games that had everyone in a chokehold. Because when Overwatch came out, everyone started having abilities in their FPS games. Everyone did. Call of Duty did it. Everybody did. The impact Overwatch had that year is one of the main reasons why it won that year. Arc Raiders does not have that same impact. It's just a really, really fun game. And then he's confused about the criteria. The criteria is pretty good. Be one of the best games of the year and people vote for you. That's pretty much it. People vote for their favorite games. And then there's a committee for the Game Awards who also votes their favorite games of the year. Because guess what? They review games for a living, or they just play a lot of games for a living, and they pick and choose their favorites as well. There's a checks and balance system. There's a balance. There can never be one-sided. It can never be one-sided or it'll just be bullshit. And like I said, you have to be one of the best games of the year. Meaning top 1 through 8. And Arc Raiders is not that. You can say sales, you can go off Twitch numbers. All that stuff does not matter. It does not matter. The people who played the most, the hardcore communities are going to vote. The people who review the games and have their favorites are going to vote as well. The same way you could vote too. The criteria has always been the criteria. People are not getting paid off. People are not saying, oh, put one PlayStation game in there, put one Nintendo game in there. No. Because if people were getting paid off, you know how much people would pay to put an Xbox game in there? Doom could slap itself in there somewhere. Because Microsoft got more money to spend than anybody in this world, probably. It's not that biased, and it's also not that deep. It's not. People like to make something out of nothing, and it's bullshit. You can question why your favorite game didn't get nominated and still, not shit on everything else. But this is not the only year that did this. Every single year, there is a community that is just up their own ass and not understanding how the game industry works, and they complain so fucking much. And guess who was also mad last year? Woo! Shroud once again is back to complain and say last year was rigged as well because Astrobot won. Just because you don't like platformers. I don't think this man likes platformers. I don't. The 2024 Game Award nominations were Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. Can you guess what's the lowest rated game on this list? It's Black Myth Wukong. It's about how you're reviewed as well and fan voted. Because guess what? Black Myth Wukong got on that top 6 because of the fans. And deservingly so, to be honest. I think it deserved to be up there. I just think people take the Game Awards too seriously. There are multiple publications that make their own Game Awards and they can win. Because guess what? The Golden Joysticks gave it to Black Myth Wukong last year. They did. The Game Awards is not the only publication or not the only place that solidifies the game of the year. It's not. It's like people have different opinions and like wherever you go, people might say something different. Wow, I can't believe it. It's like it's not rigged or something. I just wanted to rant about this. I usually don't talk like this, but man, it's so frustrating seeing how people are so delusional and don't even understand how the game of the year works. My favorite game last year won game of the year, which was Astrobot. I was happy about that. But guess what? The year before that, my favorite game of the year did not win. My favorite game of the year in 2023 was Alan Wake 2. Was I gonna bitch and complain about it? No. But I don't care who won game of the year because my game of the year matters more to me than anything else. You know what I'm saying? I'm a normal human being. You could just be fucking normal and appreciate stuff and not shit on everybody else. But that's it. I'm done yelling and ranting. This is probably all over the place. I'll probably have to edit it down to something. But I'm out. I'm out, I guess. Peace. God.